Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today we are going to talk about teenage mental health and some things you can do to stay healthy. I want to start by saying no matter who you are and how old you are, it is never too late to ask for help. And at the end of the day, we might all go through certain things, but we all feel the same thing. So, with saying that, the reason I want to talk about teenage mental health is because I myself struggled with it in my teens. And if I knew back then what I do now, things would be a whole lot different. So just like most teens, I struggled in school and had a whole list of other problems. I had a hard time paying attention, doing homework, showing up to class, sitting through class. I had divorced parents, so parents would sometimes fight, different friend situations, and obviously I went through certain relationships. So, at the end of the day, it isn't worth it. No matter what it is, you just need to live a little. When we are teenagers, we are so focused on one thing, our heart is set on something when we want it to be. So we want to give it our all no matter what. We just want to throw all of ourselves out there and just give one thing or a person whatever we can. And, it's not worth it because you don't know enough. You're not ready because when you throw yourself out there, that's how you get hurt. You don't scale the region. You don't look at what's ahead of you. You just dive right in. And what you need to do is start looking ahead and start scaling out the room, start figuring out what's really going on, start figuring out who that person is, start reading them, and then make your decision. With saying that, some things I used to do, and honestly, some things I see a lot that teens do all the time is the internet now. Literally the internet controls you. Can't tell you how many times I've said this in an episode, but through Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, people are scrolling on their phones hours and hours and hours a day. And it's basically just brainwashing you. You're seeing fake people. Sometimes you're seeing fake news or certain AI things of certain people. So many things are happening now that you see that you might think are real and isn't, or that you think is easy to reach but isn't. Like so many people post stuff on TikTok that, you see them in mansions or really nice cars, and you only see the success. You never see the bad days, you never see the struggles, and you never see what they went through. So if you saw all of that and you saw what really happened, or even if you saw that they just had a fun that was sitting there and it was just handed down to them, things would be a little bit different. So when you just scroll all through these things, a lot of the stuff you see isn't realistic. That can even come down to video games and stuff. If you are sitting all day, every day, trying to build your overall on 2K, that's not going to get you anywhere when you turn off the game. Like, go outside and try to get better in basketball in real life. Or there's so many people that will sit on GTA for hours and hours, building a business, getting millions of dollars, but they won't go and do it in real life because it's just at their fingertips. It's so easy, and it's just almost manipulation, because in this real world, it isn't that easy. You can't just walk outside and make $100,000. It is not that easy. You have to work for it. You have to get off your ass, and you have to put yourself out there and work for it, because nothing is going to be handed to you. Mental health has a whole bunch of aspects. It's not only just physical and emotional. It deals with so many different things. Your diet, physical, how you feel, how you look, emotional, from friends, family, who's, closest to you, certain situations. Everything ties into your mental health. So in your teen years, just be a kid. You don't want to grow up quick. That's all I said when I was younger. Oh, I want to grow up quick. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to have my own house. But in reality, when you grow up, it is really nothing but bills and just work until you get to a point of sustainability and, you have a consistent income and you're working and you have a house. But that takes time and that takes a while. So just enjoy it while you can and just strive for greatness early on. If you have an idea, I said this in a couple episodes. If you have an idea, just push for it. Write it down. Make it happen. Because if you don't want to work a 9 to 5 forever, focus on what's happening now instead of the future, because the future is only based on your current actions. Succeed now to then succeed later. So today's quote is by 365 Mentality. It says, "Stop saying you can't when you never tried, because even a broken crayon still colors." And that is so true, because so many people would say, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's a problem with teenage mental health. We always say we can't do this. We go through so many things. I mean, we just talked about it: school, parents, sports, relationships. Everything is hitting us at once, and we have just a lack of knowledge. We just don't know. So just teach yourself. If you don't know what's going on, if you're wondering why you feel this way, if you're wondering why your group is constantly doing this stuff and you get drawn in, just take a step back. Just evaluate everything and then make a decision. But don't just keep diving in head first. So, with that being said, you can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dialed In Podcast.